2 events left, and I'm sitting 5th in the East Coast Pro Tour season standings, chasing a top 2 finish that would earn a paid spot into DP World Tour Q School. But the truth is, I've been struggling. My game hasn't been where it needs to be, and time is running out. This week, we're at Silver Lakes Golf Club for the Toronto Open, a course that demands precision, punishes mistakes, and exposes weakness. I know what's on the line, and despite the setbacks, I'm not ready to let go. Come inside the ropes with me as I fight to turn my season around.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're at Silver Lakes Country Club for the East Coast Pro Tour Toronto Open. Before we get into this video, it's my birthday and Matt's birthday.
Woo-hoo.
I know, we share a birthday. What are the chances? Only a couple years apart between us, too.
Yeah. About 40.
That seemed gratuitous. What is it? 18 years between us. Right?
You're 39.
You just turned 21.
Yeah.
Matt
18.
can legally drink in the States now.
Yeah.
So watch out next time we go to US Open qualifying. As guys, we're gonna get warmed up. 11:50 tee time today. It's hot. Sun's out. Shouldn't rain.
No wind.
0 wind. So it's very hot. But it should be a good day. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's like living in a place only in a dip.
Alright, so we're at Silver Lakes Golf Club just northeast of Toronto. Played a practice round the day before. It's the first time I'd seen the course. Plays just over 7,000 yards, but it is narrow. I remember telling somebody if they just widened every hole by 5 or 10 yards, you could kind of just like get away with pounding driver everywhere, but it is not the case. It demands precision. You have got to pick your moments to be aggressive on this course. It's not Mickey Mouse golf, it's just narrow. So as mentioned in the intro, 2 events left in the season, and despite not having my best stuff, I am 5th in the standings. The top 2 players at the end of the season get DP World Tour Q School paid for, so we need a good one this week.
All right, gentlemen.
Play well, boys.
Play well, guys.
Have fun.
Play well, guys. We will be good too.
Let's go, birthday boy.
Big man. Ouch.
From Montreal, Quebec, James Colin Davis.
And here we go. Starting on the first hole, which is a par 4, plays 398 yards straight away. As mentioned, it is hot and there is not much wind today. I'm hitting 3-wood on this hole. The further up you go, the more narrow it gets. There's a couple trees you can get stuck behind. 3-wood is aggressive while still giving myself a wider area to miss. Good strike, but definitely turn that a little bit over to the left. It is going to get past the bunker. We will be in the left rough, but we're not in any trouble. 113 yards left in for my second shot. This is a sand wedge. I have to go up over some trees. Pretty good strike on a decent line. Came up just a little bit short of pin high, but we have given ourselves a putt. Now, the practice green was incredibly quick, and I'd felt in the practice round like it might have been quicker than on the course. Slightly uphill here for birdie on the first. You can see a little bit tentative with that one. Want to get a feel for the pace early on course here. It's not a bad effort. Would have liked to have given it a chance to go in, but we do have a very short makeable par putt. Even par through 1. Not a great start, but it's not a bad one either. The second hole is a 391-yard par 4 that doglegs slightly to the right. Now there is a water hazard that runs across the fairway and extends to the right of the green. So I am hitting my hybrid, which will stay well short of that hazard and still give me a good shot in. Definitely push this one out to the right a little bit. Again, not a bad shot, but not a great shot either. Feeling a little bit shaky here. So we are just in the rough. We have 145 yards to a back flag. I am hitting a 9-iron here. Now, I decelled on that a little bit, and the rough grabbed the hosel and turned the club face over. That lands in bounds, but kicks hard to the left. Now, everything here was being played as OB if it wasn't marked, so I'm going to take a drop and hit a provisional. This one didn't go left. It did bail a little bit to the right, but that is going to be on the green. Unfortunately, my first ball did hit the cart path on its second bounce and went into the trees. We never found it. So that is a tough start to this 2-day 36-hole stroke play event. We have this putt here for bogey, downhill, breaking from right to left. Pretty decent effort from that distance. You're not going to make that putt very often. A little bit more pace would have had it. We tap in for our double bogey, 2 over through 2 holes. The third hole is a par 3, short one today, playing 120 yards. I'm hitting a gap wedge, and it's not a full one, just like a 3/4 feel, controlled gap wedge here. And that was a pretty terrible strike, kind of low toe, out to the right, short of the green, a very, very poor wedge shot. That was frustrating. This chip shot here, just short right of the green, that's going a little bit uphill, turning a little bit from right to left. Decent contact, definitely hit it a little too hard. We have got work to do here to save par. This putt left about 6 feet here. We drop the par putt. That stops the bleeding. 2 over through 3. So shaky start, to say the least. I'm trying to gather myself and get this turned around as quickly as possible to get things back on track. The fourth hole is a 407-yard par 4. This one doglegs to the left, and you can't really hit much more than a 4-iron off the tee here. See, it's a very narrow window that you have to go through between those trees to get your ball into the fairway. So I'm just trying to hit a little draw with my 4-iron. Definitely overdraw that a little bit, heading towards that tree on the left. Works out fine, but definitely got a little bit lucky with that one. 181 yards left in here. I'm hitting an 8-iron. This is slightly back uphill. Great for line, not great for strike. It was not very well compressed, low on the face, a little thin. It's on the green, but it is well short of the pin, and it is going to leave me a fairly tough putt here. It's going uphill, breaking left to right early and right to left at the end. Now, I was really focused on getting the pace right here, which I did, but massively underread how much that was going to swing to the left at the top. This is going to leave us a lot of work here for par on our fourth hole. It's going back uphill.
Yep.
Get that to drop. Again, just like really struggling to get anything going here. The fifth hole is a par 5, 546 yards, dogleg to the right. This is our first driver of the day. And this is the club that has given me a lot of difficulty this season, so really hoping to put a good swing on this one. And we do. I mean, arguably that's the best swing I've made yet today. That's right down the fairway. It's long, it was straight. Can't complain about that.
Bro. Calcium. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was stupid hot today. We had 210 yards left in here. This is a 5-iron. Pins on the right side of the green. You see that draws on me a little bit, kind of heading towards the bunker.
Oh, yeah.
That takes a
Good
great
kick.
kick to the right. it's on the green. We are going to have an eagle putt, though it is a long one. Breaking from left to right, going uphill most of the way and a little bit downhill at the end. This really all about pace.
Oh.
Pretty decent for the line, a little bit short on the pace, but we have left ourselves a very makeable birdie putt. Roll that in to get us back to 1 over on the day, and hoping that that gets the momentum going. So after birdieing the par 5 fifth, I want to build on that, get back to even par, and then start going under par and positioning ourselves well going into the second day. The 6th hole is a 414-yard par 4, the dog legs to the left, again a very narrow one. I'm just hitting hybrid here, just trying to hit a very light little draw down the fairway. Completely bail out of it, leave it out to the right, heading right to that bunker, which is where it will finish. It is in play, but that is far from ideal. 164 yards left out of this bunker. Did not have a great lie. Pin is in the back left portion of the green. Really good strike, but that is pulled. That is not the line I was going for. That was way too aggressive. You can see if that was about 6 yards right, that would have landed on the green and fed down to the hole. And you can see a club toss already. That is not a good sign. So from the greenside bunker, a little bit short-sided here. Catch too much sand. Out of the bunker, short of the green. We are chipping for par. Now there was some juicy rough around these greens, and that just made me look silly. And apologies for the club slam. The frustration right now is very, very real. This putt for bogey.
Yep.
All things considered, that is a good bogey, but not what we're looking for right now. The 7th hole is a par 3, today playing 201 yards. Pin is middle left side of the green. I am hitting a 6-iron here. This should comfortably be the right club for this yardage. Another poor strike. Another bailout to the right. And I am just sick and tired of these kind of weak iron shots. So just to the right side of the green, chipping with our lob wedge back up here. Didn't quite hit my landing spot. I wanted to fly that another yard or two, make it land on the downslope, so that's going to come up a little bit short. We have about 10 feet here left for par.
Yep.
Another great putt, so at least the flat stick is cooperating. So 2 over par through 7, not what we were looking for, and I feel like we've had to work very hard just to be at 2 over. The 8th hole is a par 5, again dog legs to the right. This one 531 yards. I'm hitting driver again here, second driver of the day, taking this just over the left side of the bunkers you see.
Yep.
Okay, slightly left of my line, but again, that's a really solid drive right there. It seems like driver has decided to show up this week for basically the first time since Canadian Open qualifying. We have 206 yards left to a back right flag protected by that bunker. This is a 5-iron. And that's a decent strike. Did turn it over a little bit. I wasn't really trying to challenge that flag. I just wanted to put this in the middle of the green. Unfortunately, with the draw, it does go off the left edge, just off the left edge. Again, in this thick rough. Again, the thick rough makes me look silly. Just struggling to commit to my chip shots here. A lot of work left for birdie here, considering where we were into on this par 5. This putt going downhill, breaking from left to right. and is what I imagine is the slowest downhill putt you can find on this golf course. I still have work left to do for par. Now, I make the par putt, but I was not happy having to grind to make par after being just on the edge of the green in 2. The 9th hole is a par 4, 446 yards, and quite narrow. Fairway bunker down the left, trees down the right-hand side. I'm hitting 3-wood here, just trying to play it a little bit safe, lay it back just a little bit. Promptly pull it down the left side, heading towards that bunker, lands just over it and bounces into it. Not the end of the world, but not ideal. We have 169 yards left in here to this pin on the right side of the green. This is an 8-iron. Really nice strike there out of the fairway bunker. One of the better iron shots I've hit today.
Good shot,
That's going to
James.
finish on the front right of the green.
Really
All
good
things
shot.
considered, from that position, this is a reasonable look at birdie here. I feel like if we can roll this in and make the turn at 1 over after the way we've played this 9, we're doing okay. This putt here, going a little bit uphill, turning from right to left. Pretty good look here. Great roll.
Turn. Yeah.
Great read. We make the turn at 1 over. Which, I mean, I deserved it because that's what I scored, but I felt kind of undeserving of it because we played quite poorly. The 10th hole is another par 4, this one dogleg slightly to the right, and plays 397 yards. Again, I'm hitting 3-wood here. Driver ends up being in a very narrow area just short of the green. Just trying to lay it back, give myself a wedge in here. That is a massive pull hook. And that's new. We haven't really seen that. I'm going to hit a provisional. That's another pull hook. It's not quite as bad as the first one, but it is not great. So I'm going to go grab another ball, and this time hit hybrid. And this one I actually hit really well. This goes down the fairway, just left the bunker. Now, bear with me here. We ended up finding the first ball. Now, it wasn't playable, but I could take an unplayable, which would give me relief, or I could go back to the tee and take a stroke penalty. So this, even though I've already hit 3 shots, this is now my 3rd shot. That was another hybrid. So I said, okay, we're kind of lucky to be back hitting 3 off the tee, considering we'd hit 5 off the tee earlier. We're going to play it safe. I do hit it into the bunker, unfortunately. We have 168 yards in. This is an 8-iron. Pin at the back right of the green, and this thing looked good from the go. Skips up the hill. Great golf shot.
What a shot, man.
Thanks.
That's it.
Did it come to like down the floor?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was a great golf shot. I mean, it was a great golf shot. Just, you know, when it rains, it pours, right? So we have a long look here for bogey, back up the hill, turning from right to left, when I thought I was going to have a very makeable bogey putt.
Go.
This thing looked good for a long time, finishes just on the low side, but great for pace. So after birdieing 9 to get back to 1 over, after a fairly poor front 9, we make a double bogey on 10, and very quickly get to 3 over par. The 11th hole is a 185-yard par 3, pin on the middle right section of the green today. I'm hitting a 7-iron here, just looking to put a good swing on this, doing anything I can to find some momentum. Pretty good swing there.
Birthday.
Strike felt quite good. A little bit short of pin high, but all in all, pretty decent golf shot. We have given ourselves a look for birdie here, uphill, turning from right to left. And just a very slight overread. Expected that to continue turning as it got up to that second tier there. Fortunately, it did not and just straightened out. We will tap in for our par though. It's a good par on this par 3. Keeps us at 3 over. We're on to the 12th hole, and the 12th hole is a challenging one. It's going to start off with a very demanding tee shot, as you're going to see right here. So this hole is straight, but you can see the trees down the right hand side kind of block the right side of the fairway. So you do have to hit a cut here as a right-handed player. I'm just trying to commit to my driver swing here.
Great ball, James.
That was fantastic. Driver really has showed up so far today, and I couldn't be happier about that, but pretty disappointed in other aspects of my game. We have 148 yards left in here to a back left flag. I am hitting a pitching wedge, and this was an incredibly well hit golf shot, though it was slightly left. I felt great about how I'd hit that. It does finish on the fringe. We've got about 22 feet here, uphill, turning from right to left.
Curling. Yes.
That is a great birdie on a very tough
Not
hole.
getting up. Come on, man.
That gets us back to 1 over.
Fuck yeah.
Feel like I can make some more now, get the momentum going, get back in this thing. The 13th hole is a 315-yard par 4 that actually plays a little bit shorter if you're going across the water. I decided not to go for the green because I was kind of right in between driver and 3-wood. I decided I was best today to hit my 5-iron. Gonna lay this up down the right center of the fairway. That should give me a very good number into this flag. I have 101 yards. And this is sand wedge, nice 3/4 swing here. And this thing was on a great line.
Sit. Oh my god. That hit the lip, by the way.
It's hard to tell, but that might have actually hit the lip. We got about 3.5 feet here for birdie. I haven't had many 3.5 footers in my life that broke that much. That is a very unfortunate miss when we're trying to build momentum. The 14th hole is a 595-yard par 5. Now you're going to see I am not hitting driver. There's a reason why. There is water left, out of bounds right, and nowhere to bail out. So if the hole's that long and you're unlikely to get there in 2 anyway, why assume that risk? I'm hitting hybrid. Goes left center of the fairway. Absolutely nothing wrong with that if we're going to play it as a 3-shot hole either way. I've got 320 yards left. This is my 4-iron. I was really nicely hit, but just a little bit to the left. I've been hitting some better shots since I hit that pitching wedge on 12, but we're going to see that there's a theme here that contact is better, but I'm going to be pulling shots a little bit. 110 yards left. This is my sand wedge. Good contact. A little pull. So just short of pin high, but because of the pull, the proximity is not great. So outside of 20 feet here for birdie, going uphill, turning from left to right. Decent effort. I just expected that to start breaking a little bit earlier. Not upset with the effort from that distance. We will tap in for our par. That keeps us at 2 over through 14. The 15th hole is a 402-yard par 4. It goes straight away. I'm hitting driver here. I want to get this as far down the hole as I can, give myself the shortest approach in possible. That is going to work, but my hand slipped right off the club going through impact. Just with the heat and the humidity,
Slipped out of my hand.
it was getting pretty hard just to hold on to the club. 85 yards left here from the left rough, pin at the front right. This is a lob wedge, little controlled one. This one looked really good in the air. Lands just short on that upslope. If that flies 2 more yards, it releases to the hole. So outside look at birdie here that's going uphill, turning from left to right, downhill at the end. It's another pretty good effort from that distance. But realistically, if I want to make some birdies here, I need better proximity. Tap in for our par and move on to the 16th hole. 16 is a 420-yard par 4, mostly straight, especially off the tee. There's a late dog leg to the left, but you don't have to worry about that with the tee shot. I'm hitting driver again here. That is another very solid drive. Maybe I have finally figured this club out. We have 112 yards left in here. I'm hitting a small gap wedge, just trying to flight it in. Again, pull it a little to the left. That did pretty good for distance. But again, the pull is killing my proximity. So, about 30 feet here for my birdie. Nice aggressive roll. Just lips out on the left side. That one doesn't fall. Got a little bit of work left to do here for our par. That keeps us at 2 over with 2 holes to play in the first round. So it has definitely been a frustrating first round, but I still want to finish these last 2 holes the best I can, set myself up for round 2. 17th is a par 3, 193 yards today, pin on the left side of the green. I'm hitting 6 irons, just a little bit back into the wind. This should be a pretty good club. Leave it just short, give myself an uphill putt. Good strike there, on a good line. See Matt calling for it to go in. Does stay a little short of the hole. For 193, that's pretty good. It is going to give us an uphill look at birdie, turning from right to left. Good stroke. It's on a pretty good line. Just didn't hit it. And that was disappointing, but does give us an easy par putt. 3 on this hole is good, but I kind of needed the 2. The 18th hole is a 547-yard par 5 that doglegs a little bit to the right off the tee, and then there's going to be water down the right side of the hole all the way up to the green. Again, hitting driver here. This club has been very good to us today. Looking for one more.
Yep.
I get the high fade right around the corner. That was a thing of beauty. And hit pretty hard, too.
Really good.
A little anger in that one.
230 yards left here. I've got my 4-iron out. This is slightly downwind. This should be a pretty comfortable number. And that, my friends, is what you call a pull hook. Well left of the target. A couple of big bounces on the road or path there, whatever it was. I'm going to hit a provisional here just in case, because I don't really know. I think my ball might be in the parking lot. Now, that's another pull hook, but not quite as bad. This is like shades of the 10th tee again. So we do find my first one. To be honest, I'm not even sure I'm on the golf course anymore, but it wasn't marked out of bounds, so I'm playing it. But all I can really do is pitch this down the road and back onto the hole. There's no option of going towards the green here. That was just a little 8-iron chip shot there. Gives me 60 yards from the left rough into this green here. That just kind of came out a little funny and to the right. It's well short. It leaves me a lot of work here, but I do have a par putt. It is a tough one.
You.
And that right there is a momentum killer, even if the round is over. If that putt goes in, I go into the second day feeling completely different. But we bogey a very scoreable par 5 for our last hole of the day to take us to 3 over. And whatever momentum I could maybe have found, it just kind of disappears. Golf is hard, especially recently for me.
Alright guys, so 3 over today. Very frustrating. Other than my driver and my putter, there was not much good. So we're at a driving range. So we're doing some things right. In terms of like, it didn't go well, now we're practicing. But you might remember I mentioned earlier, it's our birthdays.
Yeah.
I think I'm 8 shots back out of the lead right now.
Yeah.
With 18 holes to go. We're not out of it, but we're out of it.
Yeah.
You know? We're gonna celebrate our birthdays maybe a little more than we planned to. I'm not saying we're getting hammered. We're gonna try and build on the feel I had on the back 9, which was quite good, as I was pulling everything, but the contact was the best I've hit in a little while. And we're just gonna see what happens tomorrow. All right, so it's much later than it should be.
Yeah.
As mentioned earlier, Matt and I are both celebrating birthdays today. And I mean, listen, I came out to Toronto to take this tournament seriously, but I played like shit today.
Yeah, you pretty much did.
Like, we're 8 back from the leaders. Like, as much as I love to believe that I could get back into this thing, I have to be realistic about where specifically my golf swing is right now.
Yeah.
And it's just not there. And it's very frustrating because I've been working my ass off and I'm just not seeing the results at this point, to make it pretty simple. So we decided that, you know, we're in Toronto, it's our birthdays, this happens once a year. We're gonna have a couple of drinks, had a couple beers, we played some dice.
Yeah, we had a few of them.
A few beers, just a few. But I mean, like, neither of us are hammered. We've just been enjoying the day. And I'm glad that we did this.
Oh,
because,
fuck yeah.
like, the grind of professional golf is
Tough.
Yeah, it is tough. It's really hard. It's very unforgiving. And this was just one of those situations where I basically just said, you know what? You still gotta live your life.
Oh.
And we did that. We had fun tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Until that guy.
Until Tyler. We're going to bed now. We have an 11:05 tee time tomorrow morning, so it's not first light, which is great. I mean, listen, if we were teeing off at 7:30 in the morning, we wouldn't be here right now having this conversation.
Debatable.
No. You maybe, me I would be asleep. My game's just not good enough. Specifically my swing, and I'm very, very upset, very frustrated about it because I've been working my butt off. Those who might be new to the channel, or actually most of the time that I've been documenting my stuff on YouTube, my ball striking hasn't been that great. My entire competitive career was built on good ball striking.
Yeah.
I used to be a horrendous putter. My short game wasn't very good. The only reason I could post good scores was because I would hit, 16 greens from regulation. Want to not move that so it doesn't move the camera? Jesus. Anyways, ball striking has always been my thing. It's what I've depended on to score, and worked really hard to improve my putting, which I now have, but now that I can putt, I just
can't hit a ball.
I can't hit the ball. It saved my life. Recently driver's been the struggle. Today driver was pretty damn good.
Definitely the best club in your bag without the putter.
Yes. The two best clubs today were driver and putter. Everything in between
sucked.
Crap. Just crap. And I know, like, that's relative, right? Like, I'm sure a lot of people will watch the way I hit my irons, my wedges today, and might be pretty happy with that. But at the level that I'm trying to play at, it's just not fucking good enough. I have to bleep that out. That was a hard.
That was a big fuck.
Yeah. And I actually felt on the back 9 today, like, I found a good feel. As of 12. As of 12, I hit great drive on a very, very demanding tee shot. The pitching wedge that I hit in is literally the best iron shot I've hit all year. Not directionally. It was definitely a little left of my target, but in terms of the strike and the ball flight, I was like, oh wow, that was actually a golf shot. This is something that, like, you know, this reference 2022 a lot. This is when my ball striking was at its peak, and that is the feeling that I had on 95% of the irons that I hit, and it felt really good. I just kind of fed off of that and continued to hit a lot of very solid shots that directionally were challenged, but at least the strike was better. So I've got to kind of build off of that. So we're gonna see what I can do tomorrow with this feel, and I feel like this is something, like this feel in particular is something I have to run with, because it felt a lot like 2022 James, which is where I want to get back to. Because if I can get back to that and make some putts, like
We're in good shapes.
we're in very good shape. Like, there's none of this coming out and shooting 75, or what happened in St. George, or like, it's been a very frustrating season. I've worked so damn hard over the winter. I felt like I was hitting the ball good. Get injured right before, like, we played in mid-April.
Yeah.
Masters weekend we played, and I hit the ball fantastic. And then, like, it was like a week after that I injured myself, and I just haven't been able to get it back. And I'm frustrated, and I'm running out of patience, and that is pretty evident by the club slam.
Oh wow.
I mean, like, this is stuff that I'm not used to doing that. That's twice on camera this year. Well, not just on camera at all, that I've slammed a club like that, and it's just so out of character. And I'm like, usually the mental side of the game is so good, but my patience is just
Not
like,
there anymore.
it's not there, because, like, you know,
It's
I'm frustrated. I'm just frustrated. And that's where I'm at. And hopefully, maybe us having a few drinks and celebrating our birthdays and then sitting down in front of the camera
will help.
well, I think it'll provide a moment of clarity to the viewers.
Yeah.
That, like it doesn't get more honest than this right now. The channel's always about being honest. I'm not pretending that things are, you know, rainbows and lollipops all the time, you know.
It would be nice though.
It would be great. It'd be great.
We'd already be on the tour though.
Yes. Yes.
Which we're not.
And then they wouldn't let us film. Shout out Grant Horvat. Anyways, guys, that's a wrap.
Oh boy.
This is way past my bedtime.
Yeah, you're old there.
I am old. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some sleep. I mean, listen, I'm still gonna get up tomorrow and go through my whole routine, and I'm gonna give tomorrow everything I have, because that's just what I do. It's just hard to believe. It's getting harder and harder to believe that I'm gonna be able to put something up that's good.
Yeah.
I got a lot of work to do. We got a Monday qualifier for PGA Tour Americas again next week.
That'd be nice. That'd be swell.
Yeah. And if we can build off of this feel, I like our chances.
Yeah.
But something has to change, and it's got to be pretty drastic. And I'm going to continue putting the work in, and I just hope that the effort is put into the right things, and that I don't kind of continue this trend of, searching for a feel and then ending up playing crappy golf. Because it's not good enough, it's not fun, and it's becoming incredibly expensive. So on that note,
cheers.
good night.
Alright, so it is the morning after the night before. We are back at the golf course, and we are ready to go for round 2 of the Toronto Open.
The bogeys, Quebec, James, Colin, Davis.
Now, though I was up late and we decided to celebrate our birthdays a little bit more, I did get a good night's sleep regardless. I am feeling good. Don't feel like the previous night's events have had any effect on me. this point. It's a much cooler day, and it is quite windy. As you can see, the trees here just kind of fluctuating back and forth with the wind. First hole, 398 yards. I'm hitting 3-wood again here today, as I did in the first round. Really nice swing there, takes off right down the fairway, but as the ball hit its apex, the wind was like, yep, thank you, I will take this to the left. Ends up in the left rough like we had been the day before. We have 134 yards left in here to a back right flag. I'm hitting a pitching wedge here. I hit this great, and building off the field from the previous day, this is on a great line and barely made it over the front bunker. That was a head scratcher, because I hit that really well. Like, awkward spot, but we do have a stance. This is my lob wedge, pitching it onto the green, letting it release back to the flag. Pretty good shot from that spot there. This putt here left for par to start the day. No damage done, even par for the day, 3 over for the tournament. Now the second hole was playing right back into the breeze, so I had hit hybrid the previous day and decided today I would be best to hit 3-wood because the hybrid was just realistically not going to go anywhere, and not very good commitment to that swing. Massive bailout down the right hand side. I am going to pull out my hybrid to hit a provisional, and now it's raining. This is just all sorts of pleasant right now. Now that was a decent shot, at least. We do find the first one. It's not in a great spot. I've got 6-iron here, just chipping it out. I get that through a small gap, back into the fairway, give it the thumbs up. We have 145 yards left in here, back into the wind. This is an 8-iron. Again, that was a really nice strike there. I feel like the feel that we'd found the previous day is maybe gonna pay some dividends here. So after the problems off the tee, we do have a look at par. Breaking from left to right, and I knew as soon as I'd hit this that I'd hit it too hard and it was gonna go right through the break. Oh, unfortunate. We have this putt here for our bogey. Tuck that away. Bogey after the tee shot is not terrible. Third hole today, playing 131 yards. Again, I'm hitting a gap wedge. The wind here was going from left to right. So a solid gap wedge here is just a good number for me. Good swing there. Much better contact than the previous day on this hole. Finishes just right of the flag, but it's going to give us a very makeable look at birdie. This here to get back to even par on the day.
Yep.
Alright. We're in for birdie. Erases the bogey on the second hole. Let's build some momentum. So as I had on the previous day, I am hitting 4-iron on the fourth hole. I'm trying to hit that same draw that I tried to hit the day before. And remember, in round 1, I overdrew it a little bit down the left. And today I don't draw it at all. Was a good strike, but just did not turn over whatsoever. Now, this is awkward here. 173 yards, hitting an 8-iron. My foot is on the path, but to take relief meant that I would have to cut this around the trees even more. So I just played it as it was, and all things considered from that spot, that is not a bad lead. We've got a tricky little pitch shot here though. I've got to kind of go up over the fringe here. Get it to land and check and then release down the hill.
Good chip.
Honestly, quite good from where we were. Seek shelter with Matt under the umbrella here for a minute. This putt downhill, turning from left to right for par. Now we did use the entire hole, but it did go in. onto the par 5 fifth hole. Remember, we'd hit a very nice drive here in the first round. This is a 546 yard par 5. This one downwind at the moment. Just looking for another good drive here. And that is really the first drive of this event that we have missed. And that's going to take a hard kick off of that mound into the trees. I'm going to have to hit a provisional, and as you can see, it is a torrential downpour all of a sudden. I decided to go ahead and hit through it and hit a beauty.
It's a massive from the middle.
Really good swing given the circumstances. Now, the first one was gone, so we did have to play the provisional. 201 yards in here. This is a 6-iron. Pin on the back left of the green. Pretty good strike there. You can see this kind of land middle of the green, takes a huge bounce. Now it is going to stay on the green. All in all, not a bad shot from where we were. It does give us this about 35 footer here, going down the hill to save par. Breaking from left to right. Decent effort. Lacked a little bit of pace, but from that distance the proximity is fantastic. Matt's umbrella flipped upside down, so I'm having a bit of a laugh at that. I enjoyed that moment, not gonna lie. Now onto the 6th hole, back into the wind, 414 yard par 4. This hole had given me some issues in round 1. I'm hitting hybrid again. It is into the wind, and I maybe should hit 3-wood, but that didn't work on 2, so I'm not going to try it again here. And that's a massive bailout to the right, just like the 3-wood on 2. I'm going to proceed to hit my 7th provisional of the tournament through 24 holes. That's a good swing. Down the right center of the fairway, nice little draw with the hybrid there. Now we do find the first ball. I don't have a backswing. This is a 7-iron. I'm just trying to chip it out. My club kind of got hung up on a branch in my backswing. Ended up hitting it a little heavy. Didn't really advance that much. I still have 181 yards in here. This is a 6-iron. And just completely lost focus. Something moved behind me as I was taking the club back with the wind and didn't deal with it well. 4th shot here from short of the greenside bunker. That's my lob wedge. That came out super hot. 2 bounces and it's over the back of the green. This rough made me look silly on this hole the day before, so I make sure to take a little bit of extra speed through it today. Of course, a little too much speed on the ball. We've got about a 13-foot putt here for double. Slight underread, tap in for the triple bogey, and I am not pleased. And just like that, we are 7 over par for the tournament, and way out of it. There seems to be a bug that really loved the lens here on this shot, so apologies for that. 7th hole, playing 207 yards today. This is a 6-iron going downwind. And I hit basically the same shot I'd hit the day before. Just a weak iron shot, kind of wipey one that goes out to the right. Today it reaches the bunker as it was downwind. This bunker shot, a little short-sided, not the toughest shot, but do have to hit a good one here. And I do. That was a very good bunker shot from that position. This putt here to save par, this should have been a left edge putt that I just never had on line. Just looked like I was completely misaligned. So struggling with my focus. That's another bogey. That gets us to 8 over for the tournament. So on to the par 5 8th. We'd hit a good drive here the day before, slightly left of those bunkers. I'm going with driver again here. I want to take it right over top of those bunkers as it is downwind. That's a great drive right there, right down my line. Very, very good strike. That carries the bunkers, kicks forward. Expected this to be in the fairway, though it ended up being in the rough. 199 yards left in. I'm hitting a 7-iron downwind here. Pretty decent strike on a really good line. We're going to see this lands just short. And as it lands on the green, it then kind of checked up really hard. I mean, that stopped very quickly. I expected that to release back to the hole. This uphill eagle putt, though. Bit of a double breaker. On a pretty good line. Again, just left it a little bit short. But all in all, pretty decent putt from that distance. I'm going to go ahead, set up, tap in for the birdie to get at least one back here. Now in the first round I hit 3-wood on the 9th hole. Today I decided I was going to hit driver, but not my normal driver. I was going to try and hit this knockdown driver that I used to play quite a lot back in 2022. Just kind of keep it low, a little bit of a fade on it. That was very, very nicely executed for a shot that I have not been playing much recently. I was very happy with that, down the right side of the fairway. It still leaves me 175 yards in here, wind kind of into and off the left. I'm hitting 7-iron to a back right pin. And decent for direction, but just a bit of, again, just wipey contact, not really compressing the ball. It's not a bad miss, as I just said, but it's also not a great swing. Long birdie putt here from front right to back right of the green. Pretty decent read, but my lord, that putt was a lot faster than I expected. Got about 9 feet here left for par. That's actually a pretty decent 2-putt. It was harder than I wanted, but it is a 2-putt. On to the 10th hole, and this was a bit of an adventure in round 1. You can see, look at that sign just left of the cart path, just how windy it is. I'm hitting 3-wood again because I want to overcome my demons from the first round. Just trying to commit to my swing here. I'll tell you one thing, that definitely wasn't going left. Just bailed out a little bit to the right. 125 yards left in here from the right rough, going to a back left pin. This is a gap wedge going downwind, so a nice little soft one. Just pull it a little bit. That lands on line, it skips back and releases to the hole, but nope. I've hit it into the rough above the bunker. Lob wedge here. Chip it onto the green, let it release. It's a really nice shot. But look at the wind take that ball. Unreal. I thought I was going to have less than 2 feet there. Uphill putt, breaking from left to right for par. That thing is just way more uphill than I expected. Looked great. Just slammed on the brakes and took a hard right turn as it got up to the hole. That is another bogey. The par 3 11th hole, playing 195 yards today. Wind going from left to right. Pin is kind of back left part of the green. I'm hitting a 6-iron here today. It was a 7-iron the previous day. The flag was a little shorter on the green. Nice strike there. Nice ball flight. We found a pretty decent swing there. Good for distance. I mean, from 195, we've given ourselves a pretty good look at birdie here. This putt breaking from right to left. Just a slight overread. You see that it kind of straightens out at the end, and I just didn't see that. This here left for our par. Tuck that away. That keeps us at 8 over par. And on to the tough 12th hole, which today, right back into the wind, 450-yard par 4, where you, again, essentially have to play a fade off the tee. So very demanding tee shot right here. pretty decent execution. Did fade on me a little bit more than I wanted. Of course, the entire right side of the hole is blind. I have no idea if that ball is alive or not, so I'm going to now hit my 8th provisional of the 2-day event. Again, that was a very good swing. Faded on me just a little bit less. We knew that one was going to be in play. We do find my first ball. It is just in the right rough. We have 170 yards into a right flag. This is a 6 iron back into the wind here. Just trying to flight it down a little bit. Pretty good strike. I mean, that one felt nice. Line was pretty good, but just came up well short of the target. So uphill putt here, turning from left to right, downhill at the end. So this one's tricky for pace. Had it going on a pretty good line, but never hit it. I mean, 6 feet short. So we've got some work to do here for par. Really good par putt. Things might not be going great, but I can recognize a good putt even in a bad situation. Onto the drivable par 4 13th. Today playing 295 yards, wind hard off the left. Again, not comfortable going for this. Water short. If you go long right, it's out of bounds. I'm just going to hit 4 iron again down the right center of the fairway. Alright, it's a little more right than right center of the fairway, but either way, it is fine. 112 yards in here. Back into the wind, a little off the left. This is a gap wedge here. Really nice strike on a pretty decent line just left of the flag. Thought I was going to leave ourselves a very makeable putt there, but turns out it spun back off the green and finished in the fringe, almost right up against the rough. We got a double breaker here.
Yep.
But we make it. That was a pretty nice birdie. Gets us back to 7 over par for the event. On to the 595 yard par 5 14th. Now, I explained in round 1 why I was not hitting driver, while today it was straight back into the wind. So hybrid was just not going to go anywhere. I'm trying to hit the same drive that I hit earlier today on 9. A little kind of low cut driver. Hit it good. I kept it low. It did not cut. It drew on me a little bit.
Oh, good kick.
Got a little kick to the right. Because it's into the wind, I don't think that's going to reach the water. It does not. I do still have 320 yards left. This is a 4 iron again. Just trying to keep it low. Get really steep on it coming out of that rough. Chase it up the fairway. Again, you see the kick left that took. I was fairly convinced that had finished in the rough, and I wasn't too happy about it. It did just catch the fairway, so we're all right. We still have 141 yards in here. This is a flighted down 8 iron. On a great line. Really nice ball flight there. Kicks left, spins left.
Shot.
That is very nice proximity from that distance going back into the wind. Uphill birdie putt turning from right to left. Just a little bit too much pace for that line. And the number of times today that the ball has finished right behind the hole. Just can't quite get line and pace matched up. Now in round 1, we'd hit driver on 15. Felt like this was downwind. Driver was really unnecessary. Decided to lay back with hybrid. Still going to give me a wedge in. Still a scoring hole. Really no big deal. Felt like a pretty good swing there, but then once the ball got out past the trees, we quickly realized that the wind was more left to right than down. That ball went way right. I'm going to hit provisional number 9 of this event. Another hybrid. This one is going to finish down the right side of the fairway. So no problem there. We did not find the first one. We are hitting our 4th shot here, 114 yards. This is my sand wedge to a back left flag. And as soon as I hit this, I just had a feeling that it came out hot, which it did. Airmails the green, takes a big kick long left of the green. I didn't even know what was back here. It's just not an area of the golf course I'd even bothered to look at. Pitching this back onto the green. Now this like pretty decent shot, but it just kind of squirted out to the right. And the slope takes it further away. Uphill putt here for double bogey. And when it rains, it pours. Nasty lip out. And that's our second triple bogey of the day. Onto the 420-yard par 4 16th. Now this was kind of into and wind off the right. Again, hitting driver here. Trying to start this a little bit down the right-hand side. The wind to bring it back a little bit. It starts down the right. Wind never really touched it. But it is going to work out quite nicely. Good swing there. Really well hit drive. Just finishes in the right rough. We have 119 yards. This is my sand wedge because I felt like I had a flyer lie here. Good looking swing. Contact felt really good. Line was pretty good. It just wasn't a flyer. Came out a little bit dead. We were just short of the green to a front flag. It's a very tight lie. Gotta nip this one here, which I do. Just checks really hard. I thought I was going to have a hard time leaving that short of the pin. We've got about 4 feet left here for our par. I'm able to tuck that away. That keeps us at 10 over par total with 2 to play. 17, 201 yard par 3 today. Pin on the back right, protected by the bunkers you see there. It was into and off the right. I'm hitting a 5-iron here, trying to go just left of the flag. Pretty decent strike. It turned over on me a little bit, and the wind is just going to help push that a little more to the left. Pin high, but a long way from the hole. This is a very tricky putt because I'm going uphill about halfway, and then it's going to go downhill and turn from left to right. So pace very tough to control. And you can't really do much better than that unless the putt was to go in. Right, unless we're out of this tournament, but I really wanted to give that an effort. And I'm very happy with the attempt there. That was not easy. On to the par 5 18th hole, and we know that we'd had a little bit of an adventure here in round 1, even though we'd hit a great drive. So I'm looking to hit another good drive here. The driver has been very good to us for the most part in this event. Then once we hit a good drive, I just want to make this hole look a little bit easier than I did the day before. Great drive there, very similar to the one I'd hit in the first round, just slightly further left, not quite as far right, but that is very well placed. We have 225 yards in here to a back right flag, protected by the bunker that you see just left of the water. That was a 4-iron on a great line, but not a great strike, and the wind kind of knocks it out of the air a little bit. Ends up in that front bunker, which is by no means the end of the world. This bunker shot here, we're on the upslope. We do have some distance to carry, but it is downwind, which is actually going to help us in this situation. I can kind of land it short, let it release up. That was very nicely played. And we have a good look at birdie here to finish off the tournament.
Nice.
We convert the birdie. We will finish this tournament at 9 over par after going 75-78. Very disappointing. Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching another tournament recap vlog here. Obviously this was a pretty frustrating event. Just absolutely could not get anything going in round 1. And then round 2 was, I mean, it was pretty rough. I'm by no means going to pretend it was great, but you know, we did shoot 6 over with 2 triple bogeys on the card. So the rest of it wasn't horrendous, but at the end of the day, the score that you signed for is what matters. And yeah, we had to sign for 6 over 78. Now this is just not good enough. I mean, it's not even remotely close to being good enough or to being the kind of level of golf that I expect myself to play. And I'm obviously getting pretty frustrated by the state of my game. But that being said, there's really no time to cry about it. All I can do is get back to work and try to figure it out. There is still one event left in the East Coast Pro Tour season, and though my performance in Toronto was quite lackluster, we did only drop one spot in the season standings, so we are now in sixth position and just 50 points outside of second place. So with a strong finish in that last event, I can definitely kind of creep back into the top 2 and get one of the 2 DP World Tour Q School entries paid for. But it is going to take a strong performance from me, and I probably have to depend on some help from some of the guys ahead of me that maybe they don't have such a great week. Obviously, I can't do anything to control that. All I can do is focus on my preparation, the technical aspects of my game, specifically my swing, that I have to continue working on, and the mental side of the game, because as strong as the mental side was earlier this year, as I continue to struggle, it is becoming harder and harder to manage myself mentally. Yeah, it's the mental side of the game has been quite tough recently. So we ended up finishing in a tie for 23rd spot in the Toronto Open. This event cost me just a little bit over $1,300, entry fee, travel, accommodations, practice rounds, food, other expenses, and I did not make a paycheck. Anyways, guys, that's going to be a wrap for this video. I want to thank you very much for watching. Next week, we have another Monday qualifier for the PGA Tour Americas, so make sure you come back for that one. But as I mentioned, that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate your support. If you are new to the channel, please drop a like on the video, leave me a comment down below, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. We're probably gonna be at 6,000 subs by the time this video is up. We hit 3,000 subs on June 20th, so clearly we are doing something right. Let's keep this momentum going. That's it for now. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, I'll be back again next week with another video. Cheers, guys.